This documentary is about how living on campus affects college students their first year. I will be going over data I collected and an in person interview with a first year student. In a 2010 study of Purdue University, they found that living on campus could increase students' GPA by about half a letter grade. But another 2010 study from Rice University criticized previous studies for ignoring the impact of race and social economic factors and found that GPA boosting effects disappeared when a broad range of universities were studied. This study also poised that the greater accessibility and academic resources on campus students is neglected by the distracting social aspects of on-campus living, resulting in a net negative effect on students' grades. For example, fewer students have the willpower to go to the library when they could be hanging out with friends instead. Next is the interview I did with a person living in a dorm their first year. I'm doing an interview on my roommate, Melissa Broadfoot, about living in a dorm on campus your first semester. So far, how has your experience at your first year at UK been?
My experience at UK my first year has been a roller coaster. There have been both good and bad times throughout this first semester, from hours of Willie T study sessions to going out with my friends on Thursday nights. There are times when it's really stressful being up with homework at school, but as we progress more into the semester, things are getting easier to juggle. I know how to get around campus a lot better now, and I've finally stopped wasting money on the bird scooters every other day. Overall, my first semester at UK has been okay, and I hope next semester will be even better.
Okay. My second question is, where do you live on campus? Do you like it? What are the pros and cons?
Currently live at Lewis Hall, which is located in Central Campus. I really like Lewis, and I feel like it was a really good decision for my first year. It's right next to the 90, so I never have to worry about having to walk far for food. It's also only a 5-minute walk from my classes at JSB, the library, and it takes even less time to walk to my honors class. This has made it very convenient from day to day. The downside to living at Lewis is Kroger Field being a 10-minute walk away, which is where I park my car. Most times there's a bus running, but if I get back later than 12, I have to walk back up to the dorm from there. Next year, I will definitely be buying a parking pass to park in the parallel spots right next to the dorm.
Okay, third question. How has living in a dorm affected your mental health?
Since living in a dorm, my mental health has stayed about the same. It is really nice, though, to live next to some of your friends and to know you can always go knock on the door if you need something. Sometimes my boyfriend and my parents, but I go back almost every weekend since it's not that long of a drive. Getting away from campus feels like a mini break from school, even though I'm normally studying or doing homework for at least a couple hours during the weekend.
Okay. How has living in a dorm affected your physical health?
I think living in a dorm has made my physical health better because I've been working out a lot more since starting the semester, but at the same time, my eating habits have been all over the place. There are days when I'm super busy and notice myself eating quick snacks to get through the day. Goldfish is the current favorite, and others where I feel like I'm eating constantly. Another thing I've noticed is how tired I am all the time. Just going to a couple classes is draining, and a lot of times I have to take a nap to have a chance of being productive throughout the rest of the day. I've been trying to go to bed by 12 to hopefully solve this problem, but it doesn't really work.
Never does. Has living on campus helped you keep up with your schoolwork?
Living on campus has helped me keep up with my homework at times, but it has also made it even harder during some points. There are so many things to do on campus and around, so it became a big action. I've tried to make a point to do work before fun stuff, but sometimes I give into the I'll just do it tomorrow mentality. Having the library super close to me has made it a lot easier to get work done when I need to, though. If I'm not feeling too motivated to study, I use Starbucks as an incentive to go to the library and at least try to do some work. Another nicer thing on campus is being able to meet up with someone from your class to study or go over homework together, which keeps you more accountable.
Okay. How has your connection with your roommate affected your college experience?
My roommate has definitely made my college experience click the first day and haven't really had problems at all. It's very nice having her to go places with if I don't want to go alone. If I want to go talk or annoy someone, she's in the room right next to me. And even if I don't leave my dorm all day, I at least get some human interaction. I always wanted my to be like my best friend, and that's exactly what I got.
Aw. Okay. And final question. Have you felt the stresses financially since being on campus?
I felt some financial stress since being on campus. Since I've been used to past always having money come in, I didn't really have to think as much about spending. Now that I don't have a job down here, I've had to be more careful with my money because I don't know when the next time I'll be able to work at home is. I'm very fortunate though, and if I ever really need money for something, I can ask my parents and normally they'll help out. I don't like this too much though, so I took it off buying things that I want until I have enough money to get it myself.